Hey everybody, welcome back to the jb.precision YouTube channel. Today's episode is going to be building on the load development series that I started. This is going to be episode 2. And this episode we're going to be talking about how to find the lands in your rifle with your chosen bullet and with the rifle you have. So this will be episode 2 on finding your lands. For this series I've decided to use my 243 Winchester to develop a load with. You guys can follow along from start to finish on developing the load. And I chose the 243 because it's a common caliber, or cartridge I should say. Most people know what a 243 is. A lot of people have used one or know people have one. It's very popular for varmint hunting, predator hunting, coyote hunting, deer hunting, antelope hunting, all that. And there's a lot of data on it. So my other two cartridges, the 308 Norma and the 284, they're a little obscure. There's data on them, but not as much as for the 243. So 243 is just common, and that's really why I'm using it. So everything I can show you guys, I have multiple data points and books and things like that to show what I'm doing and what I'm referencing. So having said that, today I'm going to be showing you guys how I find the lands in my rifle. I use the Alex Wheeler method. Alex Wheeler is a premier accuracy smith. He's a big guy in the bench rest community, well known. Builds some of the best bench rests and hunting rifles in the world. And when he says something and does something, I listen. And one of the things I really like and I've adopted on my own is his way of finding the rifling. It's often called the Wheeler method. He has a video on his YouTube channel. I believe it's Wheeler Accuracy. And it's a very good video. And I basically do the exact same thing that he does. So to get right into that, some things I'd recommend starting out with would be a nice set of digital calipers and the Hornady comparator tool. These are like 40 bucks, I want to say. Extremely useful. Measures from the base to ogive and not from the tip to base. The tips on some bullets can be a little erratic. They could have the burr on them or just not exactly true. So the base to ogive is going to be where the rifling actually touches on the ogive. So you want to measure from the base to the ogive just for the most accurate and consistent methods. So what you want to start with, this is a Remington action. So if you have a Remington clone or a Savage, it's going to be similar, but just different process of doing this. You're going to want to field strip your bolt. Take your plunger ejector out. There's a little pin here. Just knock that pin out. Make sure this ejector don't go flying across the room with the spring. Could be a pain. I've had it happen. Next, you want to remove your firing pin assembly. I just use a penny. Pull this back with a shoestring, or pull your cocking piece back with a shoestring. Put a penny in the slot, back that out. Super simple. That's the only tools required for this method of finding your lands, other than your dies and your brass and rifle and all that. So, and for dies, I'm just using standard Hornady 2 die set. Nothing special. I did add their micrometer adjustable top. It is not needed. The dies, the factory Hornady dies come with a little adjustable top, but there's no. It spins around, but there's no markings indicating how much quarter turn is or whatever. Those dies like that will work. You don't have to have a micrometer adjustable top. It just makes it way faster and less tedious. I used Redding dies for my 308 Norma. They don't have a micrometer top, but I just have gotten used to how much to move that little top to get a couple thousandths change. So I would recommend getting micrometer top if you're don't want to deal with that struggle of not having it, but it's not needed. So having said that, let's go ahead and get right into this. So I want to explain the reason you remove your firing pin assembly and your plunger ejector is so there's no springs in here and this bolt will just close effortlessly. That's what you want. So I'm going to grab a size case just to show you guys what you're looking for. These cases have the shoulders bump back 1.5 thousandths, and the necks have a mandrel expanded to have 2.5 thousandths neck tension. This is what you want to see from a size case. You just want that thing just to close without effort. You see that? You don't need to be fighting your bolt close, guys. I'm a firm believer in full-length sizing your brass, exact same every single time. You're only talking 1.5 thousandths to 2 thousandths shoulder bump. That's all you need. That's less than a human hair. 1.5 thousandths is about half a human hair, so you're talking very minimal, just enough to get that bolt to close without effort. So now we started with full-length size brass. You want to go ahead and have your components for this series. I went ahead and used I got some Peterson brass. This is unfired. This is once fired this rifle, but I have Peterson brass with Burger 95 grain classic hunter bullets, and I'll be using IMR 4451 powder and Federal 210 match primers. So what you want to do is you want to start out with a case that you seat a bullet in, and you want to seat the bullet in there fairly long. So let me just show you guys here what I'm talking about. So you got a bullet seated here, and this is seated long. It's seated so the bullet is about halfway down the neck. And you want that so you can get this bolt to close tight. Do you see that? That bolt closes tight. You can hear a loud click at the top. You know you're jammed in the rifling when the bolt doesn't close easily and when it clicks at the top. So you want to go ahead and measure that and get an idea where you're at here. So take your digital calibers and your Hornady comparator, and we're at 2.330. So when that's clicking like that and when that closes hard, you know you're jammed in the rifling. You don't want to be jammed in the rifling. I don't like it. Most guys don't recommend it, especially for a hunting rifle. You don't want to be dealing with bullets jammed in the rifling because they're hard to close, hard to open. Sometimes you can stick a bullet and pull it out and powder goes everywhere and you get a bullet stuck in the throat. You don't want that. So from here, I would recommend seating your bullet 3 to 5 thousandths deeper until you get this bolt to close with just minimal resistance and a small click at the top. And I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, save you guys some time, but just work that down. Guys, after you keep seating that bullet a little bit deeper at a time, you want to get stopped when you get to about right here. Get that in there. See how this is once it closes, really close. But it gets stuck and you have a slight click at the top. At this point, you want to stop and you want to bump this down, seat this deeper in 1/1000th increments. You're very close to getting off the rifling. This is 1/1000th movement here. Still stiff. Okay, you want to keep doing that until you end up with a round like this, where it closes without effort, right there. That round is about 1/2 thousandths off the rifling. That is what you're looking for, guys. So, again, you want to be right here, where you're just closes super close. Almost right there. That's when you want to start working that bullet deeper in about 1/1000th increments until, again, you end up with this. Get that in there. Effortlessly closing the bolt on this round. So this is right off the rifling, about 1/2 thousandths, like I said. And this method has proven over and over to be the most accurate and most repeatable method I've used. I've used the Hornady tool, where you have to buy the special cases or make a special modified case. I've used the Sinclair tool. I've used the method where you color this with Sharpie and you close the bolt till you try to see rifling marks disappear or whatever. None of those ways compare to this. That's just my opinion. You can use whatever you want, but I just really recommend using this Wheeler method. As you saw there, it is extremely accurate, and it takes some time. It's get a little tedious working down 1/1000th increments, but keep good notes. As soon as you get that bolt to close on its own, like I showed, write that down. That's your maximum cartridge-based ogive length at the rifling. So from there, you want to go ahead and back down and start your load development, and we'll get into that in the next video. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you guys please like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you guys back, and I really appreciate you guys giving me some attention and listening to me and lets me ramble and try to teach you guys something. So hope you guys like these videos, and stay tuned for more.